Good afternoon, and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I'm Razzle11, and you can find me on X at Razzle11grinds. Here to take a look at pitching for today, the 9th of June. It is Tuesday, and we do have a 9-game main slate ahead of this evening. A few more games on the early turbo slate. It's now a 6-game slate. I think that's the first time this season they've done it that way. I'm just going to focus on the main slate this evening. This is a first look at the pitching options on the slate, and I will be looking at DraftKings as that is where a majority of my action is. If you play in FanDuel, I would cut my pool in half or so. Pricing isn't quite as tight. You don't have to be as creative. It allows you to get stacks you want with an upper tier-ish pitcher. Now, with all that said and done, let's just jump in. I think there's some slight weather concerns in multiple places, but nothing to be overly worried about. Definitely want to pay attention to any updates, though, as we approach game time. First game on the slate, probably the best pitching matchup on the slate. Zach Wheeler, Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease coming off the IL. Did make a rehab start, despite only being on the IL for 15 days. Most veterans don't really do that anymore, but it was good to see. He did struggle a little bit in that one, but I think it was more to get out there and throw pitches. Threw 75 pitches, so he's probably going to be able to throw 90. Maybe have a full workload at 100 pitches, 110 pitches. Probably not going to get to 110, but he has done it this season. Prior to going on the IL, the home run ball jumped up a little bit, but the one big thing to notice is the strikeouts are just always there. Philadelphia does have the power, but they do have the strikeouts in their lineup. I think Dylan Cease is an excellent GPP option. On the other side, Zach Wheeler. Sanchez absolutely dominated the Blue Jays. I don't know if Wheeler's going to dominate them in the same way, with the same kind of K upside, considering Toronto doesn't strike out all that much overall. But I do think he's very much in play. Now, I do wonder if people are going to chase the Sanchez performance in Wheeler. I think at this point, with Wheeler coming back from his surgery, I don't know that they're very similar pitchers. I think Wheeler's just going to get it done being smarter. But still, Toronto could just be struggling, and the strikeouts could rack up again. Completely fine with Wheeler on the slate. I think Cease has more upside in the matchup for $1,000 less, but no problem playing both of those guys this evening. St. Louis and the Mets, Freddie Peralta. Really hasn't been the same Freddie Peralta that we got used to in Milwaukee. His season high is 22.7 DK points. He has 6 or fewer strikeouts and far too many starts compared to what he used to be with the Brewers. He's probably just trying to settle into something because he had been such a big home split guy with Milwaukee. There's going to be an adjustment period. He had 21 DK points against St. Louis early in the season. I think he's perfectly fine and in play. I don't know how much upside he really has at this point, but I do think he's in play. His numbers at home have been worse. Walking a bunch more. His strikeouts are better at home, which is key here, but allowing a lot more base runners. But still, he's going to be in play tonight. Dustin May on the other side, I think he's in play. I don't love it, but strikeouts are up over the last 3 starts, 7, 9, and 9 in those 3 starts. One of those, he was able to go 7 innings, showcasing his upside at 30 fantasy points against Milwaukee of all teams. He's been better away from home, even though he gives up more home runs on the road. But I do think he's in play just because that Mets lineup is questionable, I guess. I don't know. It's a super dangerous spot. Like, we expect the Mets offense to be better than they've been, but we always expect Dustin May to be better than he has been as well. But again, he's throwing it pretty well. 20-plus fantasy points in 3 out of his last 5 starts. He's going to give up a run or two, probably walk a couple guys, but I think there's just enough upside that I do want to use him tonight, but it is pretty close. Atlanta, the White Sox, I don't think I'm getting to either pitcher. Holmes is just a guy I don't find myself using very often. He's been worse on the road where he's at tonight. The White Sox have plenty of power. They do increase kind of his K ability, but still, I just don't think he has the upside. I think I'd rather use Dustin May, as gross as it feels. No interest in Eric Fetty. Texas KC, I am a bit interested in Valde. His last couple of starts have not been good. His strikeout numbers are still there, right? Like 7+ strikeouts in 4 out of his last 6 starts. All starts are 6+ strikeouts. He's had a bit more of a home run issue than we're used to seeing. But Kansas City has been without 3 regulars recently, or at least Witt left the game on Sunday. Salvador Perez, Witt, and Caglianone. All 3 have missed some time now. Be interesting to see what kind of lineup Kansas City puts out there. But I do think Evalde is a sneaky GPP upside guy on this slate. Chicago, Colorado, and Coors, no thank you to either pitcher at this point, even though I don't mind picking on Colorado with pitching. Houston and the Angels. Walbert Urena, a reverse splits guy taking on Houston. Struggled mightily against them the one time he faced them, but there were errors. I mean, he did allow a ton of base runners too, hits and walks. He's been really, really good pitching at home, which is where he's at tonight. Like some extreme home road splits there. I'm a little bit interested. Now, Christian Walker, Isaac Paredes are a big worry, and Jordan can hit anybody. But I think there's some upside for Walbert Urania tonight, and I'm gonna go there. On the other side, Kai Tang, coming off of a rough performance against Pittsburgh. He's had a couple of decent starts recently. I'm gonna use him just because there's elite K upside in the matchup. He's not somebody I want to go too heavy on, but he is one of the only guys down here that I think, or that I feel the best about, right? Like, I'd rather play him than Dustin May, I'm pretty sure. Probably rather play Tang than Giolito. It's close. The other guy down here, as we're going to get to in a second, I will talk about him, but Cincinnati, San Diego, mentioned Giolito. Not really showcasing a lot of upside. There's K upside in this matchup. He finally had a solid K performance last time out, but still allowed a bunch of base runners in just 4 innings. Probably not going to get to Giolito tonight. Chase Burns. Sam Burns. Thinking about PGA. Chase Burns, definitely in play. He's been phenomenal. Just 2 starts below 19.7 DK points on the season. Love the upside. I'm going to continue playing him. He certainly could randomly get blown up like he did against the Angels here, where they hit some home runs. But basically at this point, I'm picking on San Diego until they wake up. Washington, San Francisco, in the ballpark that I love using pitching on. I'm not getting to Adrian Hauser tonight, even though I love the idea of picking on Washington with Logan Webb last night. I don't feel as great with Adrian Hauser. The other side, I will be playing some Andrew Alvarez. 5 strikeouts in 4 of the 5 games that he's thrown 3+ innings. Getting lengthened out up to 82 pitches 6 days ago. I would guess he's probably capable of 90 to 95 tonight. And obviously the ballpark works out well. And I think left-handed pitching against San Francisco probably works better than right-handed pitching. So I will be using Andrew Alvarez a little bit. And Milwaukee and the A's, after last night's ridiculous performance, I'm not going to either pitcher. Would I be shocked if like JT Ginn suddenly was somewhat dominant? I probably wouldn't, but I'm not going to bank on it tonight in that ballpark. They are playing in Las Vegas, and the ball absolutely flies. Las Vegas is home for the PCL, which in the minor leagues is the highest scoring league out there. Just a ton of offense. Ball just flies in those ballparks. It's above sea level, not as high as Coors, but the overall ballpark itself, the construction and everything's a lot smaller, so it's more receptive to the weather and the elements, and the air is pretty thin, dry in Vegas, so the ball just carries. If you want to see how a ball carries, look at Jonah Heim's home run last night. Look that up on X or on YouTube or whatever. It's a ball that went out to straightaway right field or closer to right center and was projected at 316 feet. It would not have been a home run in any major league ballpark, but yet it tied the game up in extra innings for the A's. So just showing you what this ballpark is capable of. I want nothing to do with either pitcher at this point. But there we have it. There's our first look at the pitching options on the slate. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, there will be a link in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's R-A-Z, for 10% off of any MLB package on a monthly basis, or code BESTBALL2026 for 20% off any NFL or VIP Core 4 membership, and that is for the life of your membership with DFS Army. There will be a link to the merch store. You can check out my design, some of the other stuff. Hit the comments. Let me know what you thought of last night's game in Las Vegas. And as always, best of luck, everybody.